I don't mind it. You know,
I don't know. You're playing short-handed. The guy's short-stacked. His raising range, his all-in range is pretty wide. You've seen him push with a lot of hands, a lot of times.
That's why me and Colin like to play against James. He's a nutter.
Exactly.
And lose, I might add.
I think Ace-10, well, James, I think we're going to have to look through the record of play together. Really.
Colin, you're always too scared to play me. Dad loses his paycheck every month. Let's just leave it there, shall we?
I think you'll find out. I think you'll find out I have a winning record against you, James, but we'll sort that one out later. But I think Ace-10, what are you up against? Anyway, we've got another interesting hand here with Bucky Baby, pocket nines. Got a caller with Queen 10. K5 want a piece of this, do you think?
Well, he can check for free. That's fine. Wow, that is everything right there. What a flop. Often the problem with these flops is when you flop absolutely everything in the world, it's difficult to get paid.
Yeah, almost impossible. And Buck Baby really has been flopping the nuts. Time and time again, massive pre-flop hands.
It's a standard check here, but it's a must check.
Yeah.
And 4th Street.
Nice. Now he's begging for a big card to come out. Oh my word.
And that Queen's really going to help.
Now he wants to bet out, really. This is the only way you're going to get paid out of position on the river.
Yeah. And Buck Baby, 10 grand chip leader is just everything's going right for him today.
But that was a mistake. You shouldn't have checked there. Now, if you raise, you look suspicious. If you flat call, you're out of position. You're going to check into them on the river, and they're going to check behind you. So
I don't know. I mean, there's a few ways you could play it here, but whatever happens, you're going to get value.
Hello.
Ooh,
quads.
You know, I actually think that's a bad card.
Yeah, it is.
The Queen is going to be worried about anything, any 9, any 4.
And now Buck Baby can't lead out really convincingly. I'd be amazed if Buckman calls this.
The 9 was a really bad card.
Although I suppose 1,000 into a 3,000 pot now.
He might look weak enough to come back over the top. Might look like a steal.
But there's nothing really good about the Queen 10 now. The kicker's a little bad, and that's a nice fold and a nice show.
Yeah. Buck Baby can't resist showing those quads as well.
Yeah,
sure.
Increasing the chip lead. The rich get richer. That's how poker is sometimes.
Indeed. I do think he could have made more of that hand if he'd led out with the Queen out.
Maybe you should probably get a bit more action on the Queen.
Well, I think it's interesting point that James brings up there. I wouldn't have thought to put that. I thought the check was the right play, but actually thinking it through the way you are, that's a different way to look at it.
If you're in position, fine. Check it.
I like the deception of trying to represent the Queen.
Yeah,
I like that. So you're probably right. Pains me to say it.
I'm always right, Dad.
7s against the King 7. 7s is a really nice favourite here, but anything can happen. Ooh,
not anymore now. They're a coin toss.
They are. They're an actual coin toss. Kings are good. Spades are good. How can the 7 know that he's ahead here?
And he's been uncharacteristically tight. Considering the shirt he's wearing. Well, I say that.
Wow. I don't know where that raise comes from, but it's kind of nice. Wasn't really big enough to get rid of your customer.
There we go. It's game over.
Well, that is drawing dead, and the 7s would do well to take it a bit easy.
Check.
Yeah, the 7s would have been lucky if that spade had been an overcard to him. But being an
it's
under.
Such a strong flush that you should check. Yep. Unfortunately, I don't think the 7s are going to put any more chips in. Timoshenko.
Check.
Checks again.
Been patient so far. How much is he going to... This is another opportunity to extract a tiny bit of value. Pot is about 2,300.
Well, and that's a nice bet.
It's less than half the pot.
And
unfortunately, he thinks the guy might have top pair and would call, but no.
No, not this time.
Yep. Action flops we are seeing here tonight.
Absolutely, and people not afraid to play their cards either. Yeah. Or their lack of cards, as the case may be. We've seen some really nice bluffing this game.
That's right.
And we've seen an absence of fear.
Yeah, we've seen Buck Baby with a ton of nice hands and a ton of nice flops right at the top, and we've seen Patrick has played one hand only and finds himself at the bottom of the chip stacks.
Flat call with Ace Queen.
It's tricky though. Do you think? Do you think it's weak? I think it's tricky.
I think it's weak, but it depends how he plays here. I could be wrong. I just like to disagree with you, Dad.
Yes, potato.
Indeed. and a check with Queen on the flop as well. I'm curious.
I hope that's a trapping check. If it's a folding check, I'm really
sure. Well, 8s have to feel like
Well, the 8s is totally entitled with 2 people checking to him.
Well, in the big and the small,
to her.
Oh, here we go.
Good
this
play.
is the
good play.
Oh my God.
I'm glad he did that.
Ironically, If Timoshenko knew what the young lady had, could have just checked called.
Yeah, represent a flush draw. If it busts,
but
then you
they
might
don't-
get Nate to call you.
But it's
they
so
don't.
easy. It's so easy from this side of the fence.
It's much
uh,
easier when you can see all the cards. isn't it?
Poker's a much easier game when you can see all the cards. There's absolutely no question about that. So can only be so smug from the gallery.
Could be
So
quite smug from the gallery.
Well, James, you can be, I don't think there's any limit to your smugness. But
I agree with you, Colin.
but when you sat down there playing that game,
Seat open. There's a seat open in the PKR TV. Right in.
All in. Fold.
Oh,
Yes. Lovely big premium. See what
Indeed.
happens here.
Here's the
Heavy
flop.
fist.
And Patrick, the short stacks, had to go all in.
Oh, don't you just hate to see
Comes
it?
the river.
You certainly do. That really does show.
oh,
my
Kings
word.
hold up. Again. Trip up on the river.
Wow. Wow, I'm just dumbfounded.
I am dumbfounded. It doesn't happen too often.
It doesn't. Why does that never happen to me?
Yeah, but I tell you what, the ace got what they deserved there.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
You have a
Sta-
stab.
Yeah. Standard race, all the money in pre-flop. Best
Yep.
hand one. Simple.
And then there were 5.
Relief for the Kings.
Yeah.
Never like to see that ace up against you, do you? 30% or about.
Especially ace 4. Yes. Messy.
Doesn't deserve it. Not much of a hand here, but I tell you, we're short-handed and a weak ace.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. You'd have to like this situation with the ace 5, wouldn't you?
Definitely. Backdoor, nut flush draw as well.
Mhm.
All sorts going on there for the ace 5.
It's a weak bet, though. It's about a third of the pot.
Call.
And
That's
Buckman's got
Timoshenko
the
with his gut
open-ended
shot.
straight
Turn
draw.
card.
Makes the call. It's probably the right move.
Bet.
As so often the case, the turn is the crucial part of this hand. Another very small bet. It is weakness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's clearly weak.
If you could
I
leap on
raise.
that now, perhaps if one of our other players, who's a little bit more heart.
Here comes
It's a
the
very
river.
quick call there as well. Stubborn.
This is the problem with calling,
That's a
with not much.
control bet, trying to stop Timoshenko going crazy.
pass.
And it worked.
Yeah, I mean the ace 5 was ahead the whole way and got a little bit of value, but I would just rather win the pots before the river sometimes.
New hand.
Fold.
More premium for Can't Bully Me.
Raise.
Lovely, nice. Standard
fold.
situation, standard raise. Oh dear.
Ooh.
This is cold.
That's tough.
Short-handed, it's really hard to get away from
And the
ace
bet's
queen.
big enough, this 1,200, that you should... Ooh, I thought you'd shove. I have to
Pass.
say, I would have gone broke here.
I
Here's
think
a
I would have
flop.
done as well, you know.
What are you hoping to hit, an ace or a queen or leave? Unless, what a play it would be when both miss to win it with the worst hand.
I bet.
And out of position.
I
Cool.
don't think he's going to do it with that kind of
this
betting.
is great poker.
And full straight.
It's a tough spot to call there. I think when you call and miss on the turn with ace-king, you've got to get out, haven't you? Fantastic play.
Yeah, there's got to be warning bells going off on Can't Bully Me's head.
Yeah.
Got nothing, no real draw.
To find a raise here would be super poker, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Ivy would raise it.
It's a lot of tension, but they're still having a laugh.
Oh, and,
Wow.
and she shows them off too,
Absolutely.
and
So
does
he. And
That's
is-
crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Shows
going to
the-
stick in her craw.
That is why I don't show, and that's why James shows, because he hasn't got a clue.
I show for a different reason.